What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Jevin's World, where you gain insight into the world that is my mind. And today we'll be talking about not just one session about digital media literacy, but the class as a whole, because this is my last video for this class. So that's what we'll be getting into today. So I'll be talking about like my experiences, things that I did or did not like, if I've changed as a person from anything that I have experienced from this class, different things like that. Usually with the videos that I make for this class, I try to stay like more clean-cut professional because we have like a more important topic that we talk about. But for this one, since it's so open-ended, I figured I could try and show a little bit more of my personality, not just through the words that I say, but more like my editing and the thing as a whole, which is actually one of the things that I like so much about this class. What am I trying to say? What? In this class, we watched YouTube videos, documentaries, TV shows. We also looked at presentations, and that gave us plenty of opportunities to like write papers or do like a presentation for the whole class or things like that. But instead, we got to make videos, which is something that I never really got to do for another class, or at least for homework. Being able to make videos about this adds an extra layer to our opinion, because I mean, we can write a paper about it, our opinion on the YouTube video, which is like essentially what we did with our words. So like we would talk about what the video actually was, then we would give our opinion, and then we might be able to relate it to something personal or something else that we talked about in that session. After the last few months with Dr. P, I can tell that she does this because she actually cares about her students and who they are and their personalities, like beyond the lectures, beyond the regular assignments, beyond the things in class. She cares about who we are, and being able to make these videos can really show people that. I have people in my family and friends that I've seen my videos and said like, this is really good for you. I think that you're actually like really good at this and you should pursue it more, which is something that I've actually always thought about doing, which is actually my second point about this class. Like I've said, I've thought about doing YouTube and videos like this in the past. I had made videos, but not with this format. But being in this class gave me the opportunity to almost do it by force instead of like waiting around for the perfect time. I was able to do this and see like the whole process of like sitting in front of a camera, kind of thinking of what to say, saying it to the camera, and then editing it. And I've done the editing part before, but I've never actually sat in front of a camera and really talked like this, especially for other people to see like with that intention. And after doing it in this class, I can see that I actually really enjoy it more than just like the thought. Like I could see myself doing this for a long time as my career and building my own community on the YouTube platform. And even though I've only made a few videos for this class, like from my first video, if you go back and watch it, to you can still see the difference between like my first video and this video or the one before. Like through this class, I've learned like better skills, like maybe like how the lighting works or how like my background works, which is very different than the one before, and different things like that. Like even now, like I didn't have a mic in the beginning. Actually, for my first two videos, I didn't even have the ring light that I have right now, and so like to see the difference, it's almost satisfying. And it's weird because it's like I'm not, even though it's only been a few months, I'm not the same person that I was when I made that first video. We also talked about the history and creation of the internet, the First Amendment, and fake news. For the First Amendment, it was a group project where we had to pick from three topics about whether it should be covered or protected by the First Amendment. Now, like most students, I absolutely despise group work, but this was actually really fun. My partner was Faith Shepard. She's someone that's also in my class, and we actually had a lot of fun with this. Even though it was through Zoom, which for some people would have made it more awkward, I was actually totally comfortable around Faith. We actually, as we were filming, we joked around a bit and we laughed. The funniest part for me was the fact that she was arguing the side that I actually agreed with, and every single time that she would give a point, like I was so like taken aback because it was like so good that we would have to like pause the filming so I could give her props, because I was like, bro, like that was like very, very good. Like if I was doing it, that's exactly what I would have said. And every single time, like even though I had something to counter it, it was still like hard to say it because what she said was so valid, if that makes sense. Something that we did in this class that wasn't a video but I actually really, really enjoyed was the interactive photo essay. Basically what that is we took 5 photos of ourselves And instead of typing like the essay, we would speak and we would give context to the photo. So we would talk about like where we were when we took the photo, what we were doing, how we felt in the photo, and whether we posted it to any kind of social media or not, and why or why not. Even though they didn't have to connect, I still wanted all the pictures to connect in some way. So I talked about my progression of happiness from 2017, I believe, to now. And that's a side of me that people don't really get to see that often, like me talking about my emotions or how I'm feeling. And it was really fun to do it in that way instead of like just typing like a normal paper and just having like pictures within it. It was really fun to be able to like use my voice for that, because like I said before, it gives more personality and shows more who you are. Because in that video, I was able to talk more calmly, and I'm not saying I'm talking like frantically right now, but it was just more chill. There is a lot more that I can say about this class, but I don't want to make the video too long, because if I do, like if I allow myself to speak the entire time, we could be here for like an hour, like no joke. Before I end it though, I actually want to talk about Dr. P, the teacher for this course. Dr. P isn't like any teacher that I've ever had before. She's very real, you know, but she also keeps it professional, which is weird, because it's like, she keeps it professional enough, but at the same time not enough, and that's not a bad thing. Like, for example, I remember one time someone in the class was like, "Hey, Dr. P, like I said a rather inappropriate word, like is that okay?" And instead of saying like, "No, like you gotta like take it out or redo it," she was like, "Look, I'm not gonna sit here and hinder you from using any kind of language that you want to use, but you have to understand that this is a professional setting. So if someone doesn't like that and they don't want to work with you because of that, that's just going to be the consequence. So you can say what you want, but you also got to understand that other people will see this and they might not like that." Honestly, that was probably like one of like the realest things I've ever heard from a teacher. Just like that level of honesty, because I know most teachers from my high school, because they're white. If that happened, like for me, like I would have had to redo the entire video, and it wouldn't have mattered even if it was like something minor. But to be able, instead of just like sheltering or censoring, she gave us like the real answer. Like, you can do what you want because you're an adult, but there are going to be consequences. Overall, this has been my favorite class ever. It's been the best one that I've ever taken, from elementary school, which I barely remember, to middle school, to high school, and it was so much fun to be able to do something that I actually genuinely enjoyed. And even though it was for a grade, the topics that we talked about for the homework, it was actually very interesting for me. To my auntie, Dr. P, I just want to say I love you so much and thank you for an amazing semester, and I'm definitely going to miss your energy at 8 in the morning. Thank you so much for watching. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays to everybody. Go home, spend time with family, eat good food, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.